You know, you're one of my favorite people, and we met each other many moons ago, Garth. It's probably a good, what, 15 years?
Yeah, I've been in love with you forever, and love
And I-
love your mission, and just want to be with you. Want to walk beside you.
Thank you. All we're looking to do is empower women and girls. That's what we want to do. And I remember just before we go into questions, your mom, because I was doing a show on cancer and positive attitude, and I spoke with her, and she said, I love Mr. Garth. He invited me to a July 4th concert, and I wore red, white, and blue. I remember she was so proud of you, Garth.
Yeah,
Honestly.
my
Yeah.
favorite answer when she says, "I bet you're proud of your child, aren't you?" She goes, "Which one?" That was always her.
She
I'm the
was.
last of six. We had one girl and the six kids, so I have seen female power like you would not believe. I am married to female power like you would.
And
And
you
we have
have
three daughters.
female powered children, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All three of them are very confident, very tough. Might be heading in the wrong direction, but they're going there fast. So I'm proud of them. They're at that age.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. So, Garth, your concerts, music is a way we unify. Music is the way we move through our feelings. And I've seen you in concert, and you can't even sing your own song because you have thousands of people singing your song. And I was touched by the unity that I saw in that crowd. And what do you think about that? What is it?
I don't know. I think it must start somewhere, but it's the chicken or the egg. I don't know if it starts with the artist, then goes to the crowd, or if it starts with the crowd and goes to the audience. All I know is it's there, and it's circular, if that's the right word to use. The more love you give, the more love you get back. The more love they give, the more love they give back. It's just something that happens. And I got to tell you, it's like, let's say you live in New York, I live in Nashville, and there's somewhere in between there that we love to meet and feel safe together. That's music for me.
Mm,
When we all get to sing the same song,
yeah.
we all feel like we have something in common, and we do. We are all one of a great big family.
And there's it's like an electricity that goes through the crowd. It's something greater than any one person, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And if you'll notice, whenever you have like hurricanes or you have disasters, the first call that goes out is always to musicians to do concerts, benefits. And what it is music is a healing power. That's that electricity you're feeling.
That's
So it also fills that hole
mm,
that no matter what you buy, you can't get satisfied.
yeah.
Music does that as well. So that for me, it makes me feel like music is the voice of hope.
Yes. Oh, I love that, Garth. Music is the voice of hope, and you're a healer. That's what
Well,
I'm hearing you
be
say.
part of the healing. That's pretty cool.
No, that's what I'm hearing you say, that musicians and singers are healers. And I agree. I definitely agree. So, what I see is that we're different. We speak differently, we talk differently, we have different thoughts. But in the concerts, you have such a diverse group of
Mm.
people, all ages, all walks of life. What do you say about that?
One, I think music is timeless. I think music doesn't belong to white or black, gay or straight, male or female. I think it belongs to all of us. Um, Probably the most divided concert I ever thought I'd ever play in my life. We were lucky enough to receive the Gershwin Award in early 20. So I go to DC to play for the Congress, right? Senate, House, everybody. And I went there expecting to see an aisle down the middle so wide you could drive a truck through, right? I could not tell. Please forgive me. I could not tell who was red, who was blue. It didn't matter. They were all singing with each other, all singing the same lyric, which means they were one. We all were one in that building that night. There is not anybody you can ask that was in that show, was at that show, that won't tell you the same thing. So it was cool to see people that are enemies in our eyes dancing together, clapping together on the same rhythm, on the same page. It was a beautiful thing. So there again, it's just a testament of the strength of music.
Yeah, and it's also a testament to the best part of ourselves, the part of ourselves that knows that even though you're a male and I'm a female and I'm a different age than you and I have red color hair and you're wearing a cap, that basically we're all the same. We're different, but we're the same. We
Yeah,
all we're gonna die, we're born, and all of that. So, you got three girls.
I do. Thank you, God.
I don't want to hear about each girl. I want to know what these girls have taught their daddy.
It's funny because when you go through girls, there was a guy because we run a farm, and there was a guy that said, "Man, don't you kind of wish you had boys so you can help around the farm?" I said, "First of all, these girls are tougher than any boys. They do what when the oldest one gets 12, 13, 14, I'm going to have more boys around here than I can chase." So, but what it did was it brought back a lot of things in my own life at that age of being a boy or a young man, and the things that you wish you could go back and fix,
Mm,
but you can't. So, what I found in empowering women is one of the things that you want to teach men about women is men fear women. Men fear women's success.
mm,
What you want to do is you want to say, no, no, look, you've got five people driving the ship and it takes all five. You want the five best people. Guess what? Three, four, maybe five of them are going to be female. You're together. You shouldn't fear it. You should revel in it because women think different than men do. And that's a good thing. So when you songwrite, for instance, I songwrite with a lot of female songwriters because they bring a different point of view than what I'm going to bring. And it's really, really sweet. One of the greatest songwriters I get to work with, Victoria Shaw, Karen Rochelle, Jenny Yates, Stephanie Davis, Stephanie Brown, Trisha Yearwood is a fabulous,
your wife.
yes, because she brings that female point of view that men don't have. Men's first reaction is to use this,
Mm.
and a woman's first reaction is to use this.
And the heart.
Amen. So it plays really, really well when you team those two up. Some kind of love with conviction, you know.
Yeah, I love that, Garth. And you're not afraid of a strong woman. I think women are incredibly strong.
Amen. It's only going to make me a better person.
That's right. That's right. Right now, because of what's happened in the world, there's an emphasis in the corporate workplace to, especially with COVID and all of this, to really support women who are taking the brunt of a lot of the housework, the child work, the child care, and yet they're also doing their jobs. So the onus is on the corporations now to really support working parents, especially through the challenges we're facing right now. I'm very privileged. I speak to a lot of people who really want to move this agenda forward. So, Colleen Carroll,
Yes.
and I was listening to her music. I never heard her music. And
Really?
you look like her a little bit. I think so, Garth. I wish you would send me some pictures. I only saw what was on the internet,
Oh,
but
really?
she was, she seemed like a really cool lady.
She was
How
the
did, how did her music influence you in your music?
well, what influenced me mostly and my mom with her music is anything you dream, you can do. So that was kind of the message that we got from our mom and our dad is if you can see it up here, you can make it happen in real life. It's just here comes dad. It's just how hard do you want to work? How many times do you want to try and survive failure to get it to work once? And
Mm,
so that was kind of the message from our mom and our dad. And through my mom's music, there's a sense of love for children. So this is going to be kind of weird to explain. So if I don't explain it right, God forgive me, Mom. For
She's
our
watching,
mother,
Garth.
our mother could have been Patsy Cline. Our mother could have been Rosemary Clooney. Our mother could have been a very famous singer, had the talent, had the looks, had the savvy, the smart, the entertainment value, and chose to be the mother of 6 kids instead. And what that did was it gave all of us a platform now, like Betsy, our sister, who's a great blues guitarist, great artist herself. Guys like me, the baby, the confidence to chase the dream that she put aside so we could have a mom and have a foundation.
I want to just hold on to that point because what COVID has shown me and many other people is what's really valuable in life. I've been seeing Garth, we have a big presence, and I've been seeing people share posts about family, friends, and that is so important. And what your mom did, Colleen, thank you, Colleen, is she gave to her family. And that's a huge job. I mean, a huge job. So maybe she put her singing career second to the family. But what she gave to that family is maybe one of the most important things in life. Don't you agree?
100%. The greatest gift you can give is love. And the greatest thing you can do in your life is for somebody else.
Mm.
That's always it. So, we were talking yesterday about the Carters, President Jimmy and First Lady Miss Rosalind, and talking about how giving they are. And the truth is, the crazy thing is, I'm a selfish person. I got an ego this big because I am an artist, right? So these are part of the ingredients that go into an artist. But I find no matter what I do for myself, no matter how big my ego gets, there is no fire inside of me like the fire I get when you do something for somebody else. I don't know what that service light is inside of all of us, but it's what makes us love and smile. And that's the light we need to call on right now, because being divisive, the healing for that is just be a servant to everybody else. And if we all do that to each other, it's like me and Miss Sherwood. Look, put your ego, put everything at check, give 100% of yourself. I got you. And then what I'm hoping is I can do the same and you got me. So neither one of us has to worry about ourselves. We just worry about the other one and we're taken care of. And I feel I'm in great hands with that woman as a partner in life, a soulmate, love of my life, and a fellow artist. That's pretty cool to be doing the exact same thing that your spouse does. It's because you can have great talks at night about the business and about where you are up here in your head, where you're at in your career, stuff like that.
Well, I've seen things with you, Mr. Garth, after a concert and how you treat people. And I think you are the real thing. And
Grace,
I love you from the heart. So I want you to know that
you
very
tell me
much.
every day.
All right. So these are questions people have asked you 100 times, but I want to know
That's good.
your favorite artist and your favorite song of all time. All time.
That's tough. I think it's a song you hear as a child that probably gets you, and it's your favorite song forever. Mine has to be American Pie. I don't know why.
Really?
Like 3.5 hours long. It's like I don't have a clue what he's talking about. I
How old
love.
were you when you heard that, Garth?
I was gonna say, uh,
9, 8?
yeah, I was a baby. I can tell you that. But it's stuck with me my whole life. Favorite artist? It's tough. We named our first child after James Taylor. So I love James. I love how he writes. My favorite country artist, the greatest of all, is Haggard. The greatest voice of all is Jones. But Strait was my guy. George Strait was my guy. It's who I still want to be every day when I walk out there on that stage. So you got a lot of great influences out there. We were raised on Mahalia Jackson and Pearl Bailey. We were raised on more the folk scene, not the British invasion. We were just a little bit behind that. So we were raised more on the folk scene of Joan Baez, Janis Joplin, those kind of people, bands like Free. and then
Judy
here,
Collins.
yeah, Judy Collins, amen. I've seen Love from Both Sides now. Sending the Clowns, what was it,
Yeah.
Someday Soon? Oh my gosh.
Judy's a friend of mine, and she's like you, an amazing, caring lady,
Tell you what,
wonderful lady.
when she
So-
sings, her voice is just timeless. Those records that they made in the 60s and 70s still play today and play well.
And yeah, she's doing real well. Now, if you feel like this, because you certainly don't want me to sing, I loved just the Amazing Grace, and it was just so connective. And if you could give us like a chorus of that, if you feel, or you,
With the thing with Amazing Grace is it's just it's not you can do it, you can do all the acrobatics and all this stuff, but the truth is when it comes to Amazing Grace, it's one of those things where the artist ego needs to go out the back door, and you just kind of need to let and please God forgive me for being so bold, let that burning bush inside of you, that fire inside of you, that Holy Spirit
yeah.
kind of sing the song. So you get to Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. That right there, it just now goes all inside your body. Now it's all inside your skin.
Mm.
And at the inauguration, since the COVID pandemic, there was not the 300, 400,000 people that was at the Obama one.
Yes.
So that song just kind of echoed off the grass, off the monuments.
Oh, wow.
And it was so beautiful
Wow.
at the last when everyone was asked to sing along, not just the people there, but the people at home watching.
Yeah.
These voices started to rise up. And
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, it was everything you could do not to just break down and cry.
Yeah. Oh, Garth, thank you so much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Do you want to say anything else that just,
No, I have to say that everyone has, my father would always say this, everything that is a blessing is a curse. Everything that is a curse is a blessing. What runs our life is fear. It just always has. I grew up, I had to go to college. My dad said, you're going to go to college because you get the chance. Go to college. Then after you get your degree, you can go do whatever you want. But that's the deal we made with each other. Well, I couldn't read or write music. So I got into advertising, marketing.
really?
Advertising, all our marketing is based on one thing, our fears.
Mm,
And here's what I would suggest to all of us, male, female, gay, straight, religious preference, whatever, black, white,
mhm.
stop living in fear and start living in opportunity. Take the chance, fall down, lose. It's okay. We've taken losing away from our children. Worst thing we can do. And
Mhm.
it
That's
ain't
how you
because
develop
they,
muscles.
right. And it's not because they can't handle losing. It's because we as
We
parents can't
can't.
handle our children losing.
Yeah.
So let them try, let them fly, let them fall, pick them up, right? Dust them off, give them another pep talk, send them right back in the ring, and let them fight. Let them win, let them lose, because it's the greatest thing we will ever know is our own success. The fact that we can do anything. And when we know we can do anything, then here comes the big one. We can love one another. We
Mm,
can love one another through all the differences. But if we don't get out there and fight and lose,
mm,
squabble, fight and lose, we
mm.
never get to learn that lesson. So this is all part of loving one another. So don't forget that. When you think it's the dark, the blessing, the curse, the light will follow the darkness. Let's just go through it together.
Wow, your father was so wise. I agree. And
He's laughing right now.
is
Yeah.
he, what was his name, Garth?
His name was Troy Raymond. So they called him Raymond or Troy.
Oh.
And I'm a Troyal Garth. So there's three Troyals that I've ever met in my life. Grandpa, dad, and myself. I would not wish that name on anyone.
Ah, the opposite of fear is faith. The opposite of fear is faith. Love you, Mr. Garth.
I
Thank
love you.
you